are behind the stadium, and this is a square. There's a temple in the middle of the square, and then surrounding the square are businesses. And you can tell where each business is because there's a pillar between each one of them. On the floor were beautiful mosaics, and the mosaics tell what was sold inside the business. For example, the one right in front of us has a stove with fire coming out. They probably sold food or bread here. The one next to it has two ships, and we can guess maybe they sold fish, or maybe they sold parts to ships, nuts and bolts for ships. The tiles are in various states of deterioration. A lot of them have been covered. Here's one where there's two dolphins. Maybe they sold fish here, tuna fish. Next door to it is what looks like, I don't know, there's wording there, I can't make it out, but it does look like it's a rowboat of some sort. And then next door to it, there's several, but we can't really make out all of it because a lot of it's been covered up with asphalt, probably to preserve the area that's intact. Next door to that, here's another one with a ship. Remember, this was a town that was right near the Tiber River, which went right into the Mediterranean. And the reason all of these mosaics are so well preserved is because the whole city was covered with silt, because the Tiber River changed its course, and then over years the silt built up, and everything was preserved because it was under the mud. So let's take a walk into the temple now. Turn it around and we'll take a look at the temple up close and personal. It's on a pedestal, as you can see, stairs leading up to the top, two pillars still intact, and we're not able to go any higher, but they say it was a temple to Ceres. That's all we know about it. And then over here, in this corner, there's some pillars. And the archaeologists are trying to piece together, they use computers to piece together what they found. So these are probably from the temple, and they're going to be piecing it together to see where exactly it fits. A lot of things were taken during the Dark Ages, but because of the change of the course in the river, a lot of it was not taken. So that's why this place is so well preserved. Here we are in Ostia Antica in their theater. It's a semicircle amphitheater, but before we even get over to look at it, I'm going to take you over in this direction, and you can see there are buildings over here, and many of them are businesses, little businesses. And then on top of that, there were apartment buildings. And then beyond that, where the two pillars are, were the baths of Neptune. And inside there, they had a frigidorium, a caldorium, and places for people to do exercises and everything. The frigidorium is a cold water bath, the caldorium is a hot water steam bath. And then over in this direction, where the field is where they have the granary. And there's two streets that cross right here. One goes to the Tiber, and this one goes to where they kept the grain. Where the pillars are, they're in a rectangular shape. And inside that area there and around it, there were different granary shops where people sold the grain or people went to buy it from them. So now let's go back to the theater. Semicircular, but it's made out of travertine and tufa, which is marble. Going down the ancient stairway. Steps are perfect for going down. I'm going down right now. This would be the mezzanine area. It's a little bit wider, as you can see. And then we'll continue going down. Of course, as you can see, the lower part of the mezzanine, the seats are much nicer than the ones directly behind us. So obviously the noble people or the more richer people sat over here. Seats are wider than up there. This is the center pathway into the stadium. So if you were in the lower level, you'd just come right through here, and also the actors would come through here. But let's just see what's inside here. We're going through a series of arches, and wouldn't you know it, there would be a stucco at the very top, so you can get an idea of how it was decorated. Right up there, you can see designs still on. Fresco. A little fresco. Looks like there's a flower. And there's free floating pictures. Could be a little god in there. And then walking, continue walking. We go out into the street. Through the series, and we're back out into the street. Well, here we are down the Casa de Molina, and there are apartment buildings called Insula, and we are at the very top, rooftop of the insula. I don't know if it was used as a garden area or not, but there are 3 levels here. The highest level for the poorest people with very small rooms, and then the next level, the rooms are a little larger, and then at the bottom they're usually stores. You get a really nice view up here. You can see the whole city. The umbrella pines. A view of the stadium in the distance. And the square.